Morphling, like Bloodstone, Morphling shifting. So they need to get in, get this explosive damage, get stuff done on side of Aster.Aries. Can they do it? They do have, like, the panel that talk about having a bit more, like, damage coming up from this Nature's Prophet with Timbersaw as well. And you said White Album on his signature puck. Some of these saves might not be as good as you would expect them to be, like playing into Static Storm. So Snowball could potentially lack. Same goes for Coil. You can't use it. So they will need to be, like, a bit more careful how they approach the fights and who's going to be caught inside some of these spells.
I'm ready to see the graph again. Go up and down. And
There's your graph. It's the stairs.
Whoa. It's the stairway to a major right now. Because, well, see, Radiant is Aster.Aries. That could put them potentially in a spot with a victory here. Gonna be tough. 3 cores picked up for Ybb in a row. And then Dazzle Tusk. Very interesting draft that came out from them.
Yeah, definitely didn't expect Dazzle to come out. ZZQ is going to be the one playing it with the Broodmother in lane. They also wanted to have something melee in front of the Morphling, some kind of a body.
We don't really see Dazzle all too often. I'm kind of wondering what he brings to the table on this one. Is Red Panda going with that
I think
first level one glimpse?
Reason why they didn't want to put Dazzle against Nature's Prophet, he does not deal well with summons, and TK will be playing Enchantress, so another hero that can't take over the creeps. So Dazzle could struggle. Like, you try to get the hits, get the trades going with Poison Touch, you have 2 Trins on you, so it's going to be much more difficult for him. But against Disruptor, against Timbersaw, and they are swapping the lanes. I like this from Aster.Aries a lot.
No, going to be in the off lane with TK. Well, we do see Shang-Chi here on the Timbersaw down bottom. My question is to you, we saw Timbersaw earlier in the year go without reactive armor for so long.
It depends on the matchup. You see it against heroes like Ursa from time to time, but this one, you want to have a point in reactive armor.
I'm interested to see when he does end up taking that point in reactive armor, because I thought it was a good matchup last time, and then they didn't. I don't know. They ended up dying a couple times. I don't want to say it was it Beyond who did it?
I can't remember.
Yeah,
it's early. It's 8 a.m.
We're just waking up here as we're in this game too, and we'll see what Shang-Chi wants to go for.
Keeping a point for now. Maybe if he finds an opening. I love this.
Kinetic Field, Timber Chain.
I don't love this anymore.
And never mind.
That wasn't even close. I don't know if he was trying to go latch onto the tree that was like north to the crystals, or he wanted to go like more to the left side.
Yeah, that was
not even close. Like, it was half range. ZZQ.
Yeah, Red Panda first blood with all that damage.
He did it. Buys Boots of Speed. Things are looking good for Aster.Aries. And now, like, I think you need a point in a reactive armor just to be able to have... This is more of a sustain lane. You want to have this matchup against the Broodmother. And Ulu, top lane, doing relatively okay. 7-3 against Lu. Maybe they just wanted to have Ulu against Lu in the lane.
Carry against carry. Who will carry this series and who will put themselves in a chance to go to the major? Because right now, it is all sitting real close. Aster.Aries win. They end up being 3-4. So do Ybb. And then we could see IG also being 3-4 because they've got LGD and outsiders from China remaining. Coming into the tour, I don't know if I would have thought that we would see IG potentially being at a major.
IG stepping it up for sure. Ooh, 70.
White Album almost dying. Illusory Orb with the phase shift, and he'll survive. He also has a couple sips in the bottle, so doesn't exactly have to bail on the lane straight up.
Doesn't have a rune to work with. Only 1 bottle charge left. Looking good for 70. Does have Magic Stick. If he lands another stun, potentially, that's a kill.
Yeah, for sure. So just trying to stay out of stun range. Just 70, you can see he's kind of looking for it. He really wants to see if White Album steps up at all. TK just chasing this Tusk in the top lane. Gave up on it the second I said that, sorry. Fake hype. So 4 minutes in, Nothing really doing too much at the moment.
Use the fake hype again.
There we go. This is going to be TMing up against TK. Nature's Attendants. He'll heal through it. Shards to block him. And, well, TK doesn't have any impetus points, so no damage coming out from this Enchantress. There you go.
It was nice done. ZZQ fighting against Red Panda. Glimpse is available. We'll glimpse it back. See, Dazzle hasn't really done much as a position 4, like 5, whatever he's trying to play here. TK, just another hit needed.
Snowball pulls him in. Nature's Attendants wasted. So DMing will get the kill there on a TK-70, backing off to the Bounty Rune. He'll fill up that bottle, leaving White Album to get some CS. He's 19-5 to the Leshrax 21-7. And a refill
Refilled his bottle.
from TK.
Pretty standard stuff coming out from him. Level 5 still, as you said. Maybe with the coil, they could have tried to go for a kill. But damage is lacking from Enchantress. Let's see if he starts to put more points in impetus.
Stun lands, and White Album again just taking a whole bunch of damage. Can't seem to avoid that stun.
Red Panda, he's also here. They need a creep from Enchantress to be able to get a kill. They do have Tomato Creep, low on mana, on 7E.
So he's going to try and fight, but they do have Red Panda available with a Glimpse. They'll pull him back into the kinetic field that lands. And now lose the Orb and the kill. They'll get the kill on the 7E while ZZQ is just a little bit too late to the party.
Even if he TPs there, he still dies. Shadow Wave, only available. Good shards.
Ooh, by himself.
No.
Sprout with Tusk, Snowball, and that's going to be a dead Ooh.
Didn't make it work. Try to use a Sprout, get on the other side of shards. So, yeah, this is going to be a tricky one. As long as you push out the wave with Nature's Prophet, they're going to have longer lane to work with. All it takes is one snowball to stop the TP. And Lou, off to a great start this time around. 35-8 in terms of net worth. Still sitting on top.
Double damage, so stun's not going to land. And look how quick they kill ZZQ. Dream Coil on a 2. White Album taking some damage from that Pulse Nova, and he's just going to die. 70 runs him down. Ooh comes in. They land the stun on a Red Panda. Not a lot of mana to work with here for 7E. They get the Sprout, and they will not take out 70 yet until the kinetic field comes up and keeps control. But Tusk in. Tag team Shards, TK, he is dead to rights.
Olu trying to still go for the tower. They're going to glyph it. Catapult is available. So this rotation, let's see if he can get a deny. He cannot.
So they get the tower, and it's good for Aster.Aries as they open up the lane a little bit there for White Album, but he did end up dying. They'll go back in onto Ooh with the snowball. Glimpse again, and they're just going to keep the pressure on, looking for this Tusk. Treants will keep the vision. White Album continuing to chase. He's got another illusory orb that lands on a TMing. They still need the damage to get this kill, and they will with the Waning Rift.
4 heroes from Aster.Aries, which means that the side lanes from YBB are getting the farm. Luke completely uncontested, getting all the free farm in the world. Same goes for Broodmother. 70 will get Glimpse back.
ZZQ chasing Red Panda, but doesn't quite have the damage to get the kill there. They have Dream Coil again if they want to go use it, but the question is where and with how many?
This time around, Nature's Prophet might not need to join. He also doesn't have teleportation available, but is level 6, so extra damage coming up from Wrath of Nature is going to be there. Let's see if he uses it.
Sticking on 70 until the Pulse Nova gets activated.
White Album learned his lesson, does not want to play too close to Leshrac. Level 6 only on him. Leshrac is level 7. We didn't talk about Timbersaw. He's also doing as good as Broodmother going into Hood. Kaya next. Let's see if he can snatch some of these big creeps from Leshrac.
He should be able to now. Ooh, Brood's coming over too. ZZQ is here. Chakramana, the damage on a 7E. Wrath of Nature flying around. 70 takes a lot of damage in the Timber Chain across. Gets the kill. Red Panda, though, from Beyond in some trouble. As Beyond gets a trade, snaps the coil, but they don't really have the mana and the follow-up damage. They look for some Spiderlings, and they'll get
classic Dazzle contribution. Get in there, use Poison Touch, die. Level 3 on Dazzle. ZZQ really struggling this game. Can't find anything. I think it's time to start putting more points in Shallow. Like 1 point in Shallow Grave, the value one. I don't want to see more points in Poison Touch because the game's really difficult for you. You want to max out the Shadow Wave, then you can play with the Broodmother and her Spiderlings. It's going to be a lot of damage. And we see the odds from esportsbet.io. 1-4-1 for YBB.
Again, just with how close these teams play, I just don't see it being that favorable for one team or the other.
Yeah, we've seen it in the first game. It gets pretty chaotic. The graph look wild. Gaming.
Trouble. Ulu coming in. Will add to the damage as 4 heroes are here again, and they'll get the kill onto TMing. It's Ulu who gets credit for that one. So more gold for the Nature's Prophet. They've got 3 heroes, though, that are behind the 2 cores at the top for YBB. One of them being Lu at the top with this morph, and we've seen what a top-of-the-net-worth morphling can do. Right now, he's going into the Manta, so no Midas for morphling this time.
I'm glad he's not going for Midas. Like, even in the previous game, they did manage to win it. It still felt a bit awkward, I would say, especially with it being passive TK.
He's going to spot this gank. Even if he dies, I think it's well worth it with Ulu, who is pressuring the lane. Stun land, snowballs there as TK runs out of the kinetic field, but the shards, still no kill just yet, but eventually they shall find him and take him out.
They got to kill Leshrac, one of the better heroes against Enchantress. You can run him down. You do have the move speed as well to keep chasing. You don't care too much about Enchantress's ulti. He's level 5 also, so doesn't even have it available. Shanxi has been sitting in this bottom lane forever, and I can't blame him.
It's wide open, right? Like, would you rather him coming into the fights, though, to have some damage, or do you want him to wait until he's got, like, Kaya and something else?
Well, he's not going to do anything because he does not have a TP available. Just use the courier, so for the next 30, 35, 40 seconds, won't have anything. So that means that he's just going to sit here. But I want to see him also make a TP rotation. As soon as you leave the lane, Broodmother will take your tower.
Coming in looking for Dream Coil with the glimpse. Beyond pulled away from the Spiderlings, and Timber Chain over. Chakram whirling death beyond with the mech trying to survive, but the Wrath of Nature comes through and gets the finishing blow.
White Album was very patient, waiting for that Nature's Prophet ulti to hit. He was so ready to pop the coil. Did not want to let that one go. Static Storm still available. Let's see if they can find another kill. Lulu.
TK. Just outranging those shards, and that's the change, right? The shard cast range. Kinetic field, Hellbear, Thunderclap, turns into the puck, goes to the Illusory Orb to leave.
They get the courier.
They also get his courier. Meanwhile, Ulu, this is always kind of confusing me. It picks up the Maelstrom. There's Ulu and Lu.
Yeah, these are the 2 players in the game.
I know, but like Lu, it's confusing. Never mind. I don't know. I gave you a look, and you just kind of like saw idiot in my eyes.
I thought it was going to lead to something. You know, we have like Maelstrom, something with the Maelstrom as well.
No.
He needs to be careful here.
Ulu running from Lu. 70 goes down. Shanxi, and Ulu's going to put the Sprout up, so TMing can't spot him as he TPs away.
Ulu needs to find somewhere to farm. Like, he might need to be in a triangle. Because right now, Timbersaw did occupy this lane for a very long time. Shanxi just keeps farming up on top of the network. Right behind Morphling, who's going to TP bottom now. And White Album, how's he looking? Does have that Witchblade available, so some extra damage coming out from him.
And he finally picks up that Witchblade, and these cores are staying active on Aster.Aries. Is it enough, though?
Yeah, I don't mind it too much. Timbersaw, we still haven't seen him like in action. All these kills were from the laning stage, or the ganks came to his lane.
Yeah.
So he didn't rotate yet, going into Kaya Sanji next, BKB Shard. He's just queuing up the items as we're talking about it. might need to be slightly more careful here. How's Tusk looking? 2 points in tag team, something that Timbersaw does not like to play into, where you have more points in it, extra damage, you bring numbers, you kill him off. So for now, Shanxi still underneath the tower.
And he hits that level 11, so he is really just free to do whatever he wants. And I'm kind of worried that this Timbersaw's going to hit critical mass, and they're not going to be able to deal with how tanky he is. Oh boy, I say that. They come in to try and get the kill. The Walrus Punch, do the Timber Chain away. They've got the Static Storm.
On
and
two.
That's got 2 of them locked down. Shanxi again, though. Timber Chain in between the 2 heroes. They get the kill there on a TMing, so he'll survive and turn it around for 1.
Can they get a glimpse? Red Panda slightly off the mark, but there's the coil.
Yeah, it's on the Morphling, though. He could shift, but is he going to be able to shift enough? Waning Rift, the Silence, the Enchant. They finally have the Shallow Grave, but Uru shows up to the fight. They go to the glimpse, and they'll send 70 away. They don't get the kills, though.
They'll get the tower. Or will they? Seems like Ulu does not want to commit. Also, no Nature's Call for another couple of seconds. I like the item build that Ulu is going for. Just straight up rush of Gleipnir. To keep them in place. Great against Morphling, great against Snowball. They will finish off the tower.
So they're going to try and sit bottom, maybe defend. Beyond's nearby. Tough, though, for them to really look for the move in. And Ulu is close to surpassing Lu on net worth finally. Look at the stack.
The stacks.
Oh, the juicy farm. Oh, gosh, gold everywhere for Shanxi. Just delicious. They want to go for these heroes, but they got nothing going for them.
I'm happy that they did not commit there. They didn't want to get in there, be greedy, get all of those creeps. So they fall back. Gleipnir, as we talked about, on the menu for Ulu in the next minute or so. Plus, you will have Puck available with the Blink Dagger, so they can keep this momentum going.
2K lead right now for Aster.Aries. Blink Dagger picked up for White Elm, so he's come off that Witchblade into the Blink Dagger, and we've talked about how Pucks don't exactly like buying BKB as they want to be elusive themselves. Walrus Punch, Adaptive Strike. Nobody here to help out Ulu. They'll get the kill, they'll take him out, and they'll slow him down.
For a moment, I thought he's playing into Shadow Shaman because he hexed himself. Usually we see this pick pull where people do run away, but he was sitting in place. Didn't move. Big pickup. They did manage to get the kill on it. Lu very close
to
his Manta style.
Too.
Yeah, it finally opens up the map. Beyond was very patient, waiting. Oh, Tusk can't really do much against this one.
Oh, what a combo there. I kind of like that. That's a bit dirty. The Hurricane into the Waning Rift to make sure that, like, you can't snowball away.
If you're underneath the coil, you're not going to be able to do it anyway, but there's also, like, possibility that you break the coil with the Hurricane.
Yeah, there's that, too. I was just meaning, like, as coil runs out, doesn't have that opportunity to run at all. And I like that. I think that when teams put that together, it's kind of cute. It's a nice little play there. BKB next for the Timbersaw. We'll see if he picks up that or the Shard. I'm always a big fan of Flamethrower. He's got both queued up.
And Hex. Seems like he's got to commit with those items. Very tanky at the moment.
Timber Chain up onto the high ground with the Whirling Death. They have found Beyond. They have the Glimpse. White Oven went to the low ground to go get him. But back into the high ground with the Glimpse, they'll take out Beyond as it's dominating for Shanxi.
Shanxi's not going to die unless there is Tusk close by with Tag Team, with the Punch, Snowball to keep him in place while there's Leshrac and Morphling on top of him.
Glimpse again. Whoa. Red Panda getting the kill there on his EZQ. It's always pretty embarrassing when your dead body is what gets close back. Just, gosh. It's the Yamcha for me. When it's just, you get glimpse back, you're in the ground like this, and that's it, you're dead.
Can they get a surprise kill on Lu? A bit of a tough one. Even with Arcane Rune on Puck, he still has Manta Style to dispel the Silence and Witchblade, so it seems like they don't want to go for it unless they bring another hero. There is no Nature's Prophet TP available.
They don't have Wrath of Nature either. But they find him. I think
He
kinda
used
walked into
Manta
him.
already.
Yeah, they're going to Dream Coil. They're going to go for it. And now Shanxi's up here again with the Chakram, the Flamethrower. The kill is for TK, and Lu is dead.
You can't use Manta like that. It's protection for you. Like, you're close to enemy tier 1 tower. Let's see if they're going to go for Roche this time around. TK, what does he have? He's bringing an extra creep, Warpine Raider. But they need someone, like we've seen this in the previous game where it wasn't as successful. It took them a lot of time to kill Roshan. It's not the best Roche-taking lineup by any means, so it's going to take some time.
You know, he uses that Manta, and I'm wondering, they caught vision of Shanxi, who is fighting against Beyond for a second, or 70 for a second, and using the Manta because they don't have really a lot of vision here for the side of YBB. So he doesn't really know where these heroes are, and he uses the Manta, doesn't know. They're right next to him looking to get that kill. Glimpse, Dazzle again, who's been a bit of a non-factor. Flamethrower, Shallow Graves himself. Beyond, though, to the backlines. Gets the kill on a Red Panda. Starting to rip up a few. But ZZQ goes down to White Album, who throws the Illusory Orb on a 7E. Beyond backing off, tracing back as Lu comes into the fight. He turns into the puck. He gets the Waning Rift off on a White Album, gets the kill there, and takes out a second. They've got the Aegis on to Ooh. The Walrus Punch takes out TK, and it's 3 kills for YBB.
Oof, again, Aster.Aries losing. Like, they do get Roche in the end. Like last time, they gave Roshan first to Lu. But they lost 3 heroes now, and they lost a tower. So not really a good trade for them. Nature's Prophet was also low, down to 30% HP. Did not want to commit to a fight now going into BKB next.
Can they catch him fully shifted? Ooh. He's starting to shift. Static Storm, though. They have the damage, the Chakram, the Timber Chain, the Kinetic Field. Lu finally dies to Shanxi, and now they'll catch Yiming. They've got the Sprout up and around him. The shards won't be enough as Ooh gets the kill, and they take out 2.
I'm not sure if there was a misplay or if he didn't have really the angle to pick him up with the snowball to try to buy a little bit more time. But Shanxi, he's popping off on the Timber, so they set him up for a success, letting him lane against the Broodmother. Level 15 Timber, spell amplification coming out from that, coming out from Kaya Sanj as well. He's gonna hurt, and also the Flamethrower pickup, as you said, so having some extra damage. Always low on mana, no matter how many items you have on Timber, so like you even pick up the level 10 talent, it's still not enough.
No mana will ever be enough. So BKB next for Timbersaw, potentially.
He might swap things around if they feel like, oh, we need a little extra control.
Hex is certainly the best option.
Yeah, and already halfway to it if he wants to commit to it. And I feel bad for ZZQ. I don't think we've seen anything from Dazzle. 1 Shallow Grave, dying for that first blood, and that's pretty much it.
It's all about that shard timing, I guess. But it's not been fun for him. That being said, the Red Panda, who's been involved in a lot, has about the same amount of gold.
Has Blink Dagger as a position 5. I like it. Wants to be able to keep the distance, like close the distance even further. So if they get a kill, it's also such a great tool against Dazzle's Shallow Grave.
White Album, Dream Coil, Red Panda, over to the side. He snapped the coil, so the Static Storm, the Kinetic Fields come in. Wrath of Nature, they're going to bring Ooh over with the Gleipnir. They Shallow Grave this Morph. Goes into the snowball, pulled over to TK, but Lu's still going to die to the Whirling Death coming out from Shanxi. The Timber Chain to follow it up. The shards aren't going to be the blocking measure that he was hoping for as TMing drops. So does ZZQ. Triple kill for Shanxi on the Timbersaw.
Red Panda, that Blink Dagger coming in clutch, sets up another Static Storm on Morphling. He is very close to BKB, but also so far away. So this is the second, even third time that they use Static Storm on Morph. They get a kill. Snowball doesn't come in on time because of the Gleipnir. They have so many layers of things they can throw at them where there's not going to be the saves coming out. And we're going to see that replay. Snaps the coil into Static Storm, and Nature's Prophet TP's in. Immediately Gleipnir, so no snowball save. Takes a little bit more time, and as soon as he comes out of the snowball, Whirling Death catches him.
And this time, Shanxi, look at this, with the Arcane Rune. Just able to keep up and kill off these heroes. What did he decide to go for? Because he bought the BKB in full. Now, he had that triple kill, a lot of gold going his way. But Hex, Shiva's on the docket next. So we'll see how quickly he gets into that. He is farming really well.
Ooh, White Album goes for the wrong direction. Maybe finds him in the end. Let's see. Does not want to use a blind call. Rest of the team also not there to back him up.
Yeah, he had Shanxi before, but he backed off the lane, and he's going into the triangle again. He is so confident. Oh my god.
Olu takes the kill with Rapid Nature.
Typical carry. Putting in 1 button's worth. Sure.
Making sure there is no grave.
Got it.
Lol. Shanxi with that BKB that you mentioned feels relatively unkillable if he has the stacks come into the fight. And he's not focused by tag team or punch. They can't really bring him down. BKB finally being delivered to Lu.
Another Kai Assange. BKBs, and now they're going to go in on a TK. They get the kill. They'll look for Shanxi. He's holding on to the BKB and doesn't need to pop it. Feeling very confident in not doing so.
Lu turns into Timbersaw, sorry. So there's going to be pure damage coming out from him. 70 takes over the outpost. I want to see some more aggression coming out from them. They do have 2 BKBs. They just got to pick off, push out the waves. Problem is Ulu is split pushing. He does not go for 5 Treants summoned talent, instead opting to go for more right-click damage. But these Treants are very annoying to deal with. And is getting another set of items, getting very close, just 2,000 gold away from that Scotty, which is going to cripple Leshrax's healing, Morphling, Dazzle, and also Broodmother with the mech. So very valuable item.
Yeah. They've got their triple BKB timing, all 9 seconds here for Morph, Lesh, and Brood. Really just trying to, I would say, hope to find a fight. They haven't exactly played too aggressively, and they're going to find themselves TMing. Another kill there for Shanxi.
White Album will pick up Region Rune. I was thinking maybe Timbersaw gets it, because he's always low on mana.
Got to keep it that way, though. Can't jinx it. 70 has the Obs Vision, has ZZQ nearby, and they might want to stop this outpost. They will. They'll bring Lu in again. ZZQ behind him, and already at half health for this Timbersaw.
Some of these Timber chains are not connecting. It feels like it's much closer, but needs to be considered that he's so far ahead, has a BKB plus hood, so he can bail himself out of the trouble if needed. Red Panda will get a observer ward. There is one that you talked about on the high ground, and now Ybb gonna smoke. Let's see how they're gonna execute this. Gank does have a Blink Dagger available, so he needs to be the one jumping in and starting things off.
If he can find anybody. Right now, the only one near is Ulu and Red Panda, who are kind of close. And TK, but smoke like this, you kind of want more than TK, and they're going to go for Ulu, but the Static Storm after this commitment. So now the right clicks, the Wrath of Nature bouncing around the shallow grave to save TMing, but the BKB being popped by 7E. He'll land the stun on the Shanxi. Beyond's coming over with the help of Blue, with the BKB being popped here by this Timbersaw. He's standing his ground. They've got the Dream Coil on to 2. They get the mech from Beyond, so a little bit of sustain, but the damage coming out of 7E is through from Shanxi. They get a kill on to 3. The look over at Lu's gonna wait for him away, turn into the puck. Illusory Orb out of harm's way for the moment, or actually towards Shanxi. No way! They were ready for that one. They get themselves a 4th, and Beyond's the only one who survives.
Ulu has been holding on to BKB for a very long time. They use the Static Storm immediately on top of Nature's Prophet. He goes back with the TP, comes back with teleportation near the secret shop, buys Eye of Scotty, and starts hitting on Morphling. So cute little play there. Not enough, like doesn't land a stun, because Static Storm did clip Leshrax, and he did not want to commit with the BKB. Because, you know, as soon as you see him use his hand, like lifts his hand to try to go for that stun, Ulu will have enough time for a BKB. And look at him coming back with that TP, as I said, near the secret shop, buys the Scotty, hits the Morphling, reduce the region.
And then look at this, Blue thinks he's safe. Illusory Orb, I'm gone. Oh no. right next to Shang-Chi, who continues to be a nuisance. 10-0-10. And Roche up in 30 seconds. My God, this is looking really good for Aster.Aries and anybody who's a fan of tiebreakers.
Gotta love some good tiebreakers, infinite tiebreakers. Red Panda, again in the same spot, finds Beyond.
Beyond is kind of getting a little bit baited by Red Panda. And by a little bit, I mean very baited.
If they can catch some kind of vision for a glimpse back.
Ooh, bye-bye. No Dream Coil connection on that one, by the way. So, doesn't end up dying. But it's opening up this Roche as a possibility. And the scan, it connects. They're going to try and come over. They'll smoke. They're glimpsed again. The vision's still there. They need to take it out. But they get the Aegis into the hands of Luo. This is already an issue for the side of YBB. They need to retreat, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're leaving TME for dead.
He's alone.
Going after the War Pine Raiders, but Whitehelm's going to be right there with them. And Whitehelm, he doesn't have Dream Coil for another 30 seconds, but the damage on his EZQ is too much, so they've lost both supports. They forced the BKB from 70. Lu's going to be chased by the team with Beyond, and, well, they'll both get out. All three cores escaping as 70 goes bottom, but he does not have a BKB. Showing up here is a bit dangerous.
Needs to get away. Potentially a connection. One blink from Disruptor into Glimpse. Like, Disruptor's such a chat hero. You kill one hero, you start chasing, you have another guaranteed one with the Glimpse. 70. Uh-oh. We'll get out of the trouble this time.
He was looking, though. He wanted it. This tier 2 looking like it's dead. And this is just a lot of the map being shut down now for YBB.
Also, Nature's Prophet hits level 20 there. So Sprout leashes against Morphling, against Snowball saves, or just aggressive snowballs. They're not going to be there. The talent did get nerfed, so it doesn't go through BKB anymore. So you can't just use it on Morphling, and he can't do anything about it. But another leash tool on top of Coil. Puck hits level 20. More Waning Rifts in the fights. We see Dazzle struggle so many times. He can't get anything done in the fights. He's been sitting on this 6 assists for a very long time. Gleipnir misses.
He's playing ultra aggressive now. Beyond. Seen as Timber is or was invis, and now they're gonna go after Lu, but White Album getting turned on as he phase shifts. Static Storm, BKB, and that was
White Album
phase shift again. They got the kill on his EZQ. Lu, though, not a lot of mana to work with. White Album juking away. Still trying to get Lu, and they will. Oh, no.
It was close. He almost got him. Puck is so tanky. Kaya Sanj, Octarine Core, but they get a kill. Like, rest of the team not there to connect with him. Maybe get another layer of save, some kind of a Glimmer Cape, maybe a Snowball, or a Shallow Grave. And now, he does have buyback.
Who needs BKB? Not Puck, that's for sure. Timber Chain into the Hex that was just picked up by Shang-Chi. Impetus shots with a little bit of whirling death and actual death. They Gleipnir on a Beyond. He'll pop the BKB. They'll buy back here as 7E is also going to pop his BKB. This could be the ending fight if they don't go and get themselves out of this one or win it. 7E saved by the Snowball. They've got some help right now coming in. And, well, this is Dream Coil placed down the Shallow Grave on himself. 7E's going to drop. TMing goes down. They'll take out ZZQ. Beyond's in the trees and a creep. Outs him. That is an undercover creep, making sure that they have the vision on a Beyond, and it's a full team wipe for Aster.Aries. The stars align in a way that is for Aster.Aries.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to get the dub here. Morphling didn't buy back. A bit of a difficult one, I would say, where if you buy back on him, you kind of kill your own game. You don't have a BKB for the fight anyway. So he's buying, like, smallest item he can get. Gets the crit. Just gets the casual Crystallis after he respawns. Wants to be able to have, like, anything that he can bring to a next fight. But the problem is they're still holding the Aegis for another minute. And This AC coming in very clutch.
Gleipnir again, no BKB for Beyond. Kinetic Field is holding him in. Shallow Grave is going to do nothing but extend the inevitable, which is looking like a victory here for Aster.Aries. They go after ZZQ, the Allure Zero Orb. There's the Hex into the Static Storm. Lu goes down, no buyback. It ain't Sagittarius time, it ain't Tauros time, it's Aster.Aries time.
Yeah, they need to call it. They are going to try to smoke. 7E goes in one more time.
Trying again, they can't kill anybody. Shallow Grave once more with the BKB. Ooh, he knows he's got an Aegis. They'll take out just that. They're running these heroes away. As another Hex from Shanxi. He'll get another kill, and it will be Shanxi ending the game at 18-0-14. Aster.Aries taking the series over Ybb, and it is looking like we are now entering the tiebreaker zone.
Yeah, with this win,